morning. Good morning. Hey, everybody. How you doing, Ben? Good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. Doing real good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. We had a great conversation yesterday on our WTF Wednesdays, which is where we're sharing a lot of our ups and downs and should do, shouldn't do, shame on me's, I shouldn't have done it this ways. And we talked a lot about engagement. We talked about analytics, Facebook analytics, understanding different ad strategies. We had some guests that came on yesterday in the comments that talked about understanding analytics. And thank you guys for joining us. Hey, we're doing this every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30. So join us right here on this channel at the BSN Network. Okay, join us here. We're talking about on Mondays. We're talking about, what are we talking about on Mondays? I just went blank. Mondays is marketing. Thank you, Ben. Keep going. Tuesdays, tools, tips, and apps. Wednesdays, WTF. Today is lead generation. Thursdays and Friday is open mic. We have a few guests that are going to be open or going to be here stopping by tomorrow. So you definitely want to join us for a cup of coffee tomorrow. We're going to have just an open mic to talk about whatever's going on. Have some experts in their industries that are going to join us. We're hoping for a great conversation. So if you want to join us, I put a preview link so you can find the link to the Zoom so you can come right in the room and enjoy coffee with us. All right, today, Ben, I'm going to hand it off to you, lead generation. We talked about a lot of things yesterday with analytics, some things I was doing wrong in the ads I was running. So Ben, let's further that conversation a little bit.
Let's talk to is it Erica, right? She had I believe it was Erica. Yeah. She had analytics and the information. Now, here's the thing: analytics is almost when we talk about analytics. When Matt we were talking this morning, he showed me someone. There's different levels, right? There's if you had let's start off at 3 or 5 levels, right? We're gonna start 5 levels. If you're at level A, your analytics that's gonna be the people, your demographics. We would say your demographics or what your first demographics are gonna be the people around you, your sphere, your friends, your family, right? And you're gonna be reaching out to them. You're gonna be talking to them. You're gonna be, oh, okay, great. So that's kind of like we call it maybe like your warm market, right? Warm market. Cold market. And then we go to level B. All of a sudden, all your friends already know about your business. You know what you're doing. You asked them for the engagement. Now you're going to cold market. And that means that those are people that you've never talked to, or maybe those are people that you're joining into the group. You're trying to create. That's where we get the networking from, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why I really pressure the networking, because these are the real conversations that you're going to have a better chance of converting people into your sphere. When we say conversion, that means the exchange that they're saying, okay, I'll come along with make an action, right? So we want to be very subtle in meaning. We don't want to say, hey, look at this, want to buy this from me, or check this out, here's my link, right? We want to say, hey, come along with me. We want to do the invitation, get them in your DM. If a lot of people are doing the Facebook friend, they'll do the invitation to the Facebook friends, but you just can't invite everyone into your page. You have to find the right people. So there's a gal named Erica, right? Erica. Oh man, sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm not getting it right.
Oh, it was Erica? Yeah.
Erica, I'm so sorry.
I think.
Just going over my notes. So, for example, she has a great idea, and I was like looking at her artwork. What does she has? She has a business page, and she does comic book artwork, right? Like where she can make like a portrait, or she does all kinds of. She's very creative, very artwork, and she has a great mindset of making a real home business, right? She's using her talents. And she's using her skills to sell something to make an income. Mm-hmm. So, when she's going to her cold market, when she's starting to find new customers, is she going to go into these kind of groups where they're like cars, or people that are into cars, or people that are into technology? I don't know that, but most likely she's going to go into comic book groups, right? People that are into art. These kind of groups, right? We want to study. We want to get as close as we can to people that are going to relate with us in our communication, right? So we can speak the same. I definitely wouldn't be able to go into a group about sewing, right? And try to go into like
I'm not going to do well. Although I did work in a fabric store when I was younger, a little fact.
I mean, I do know how to sew more glue. I'm not iron, excuse me. The patch, right? So, and even if I had like the best value in the world, my persona, who I am as a person, I'm probably out of the 1,000 people in that group, I'm probably going to click with one person, maybe, or two, versus someone who's like has the essence of that loves to sew, right? Because it's very different, right? Same
different language. You know, they have their specifics. They're going to talk singers and everything else, and I can't even keep up on that. But yeah, they're going to have that different language, so, and you're not going to know. You're going to be a fish out of water.
We can't. So a lot of people, when they're starting off on their Facebook page, they're just kind of going out there and I've made the same mistake, guys. I have my page. I fully understand. So I've made a lot of mistakes. So I understood when I started breaking it down what my audience loves to see, what I'm getting a lot of action on, meaning they're liking, they're commenting, they're resharing my post. And if my posts are not always about, it's not always a pitch, right? It's not always a, hey, buy this, or whatever. Sometimes it's just a cool image, some good information, and that's what we do with. We're learning how to do that with our business, with ourselves, and just all around, right? So sometimes even like we have to be relevant in what's happening today with the information. So for example, a really cool action comic book movie came out, right? Then all of a sudden we want to start talking about that movie. That's what I'm talking to Erica. We wanted to be talking about that movie, having that communication with our friends, doing live videos, doing something that's going to be like, oh, hey, is anybody, or, that kind of question. So when we're talking about analytics through your Facebook, there's a little information. They'll give you Facebook will send you the information of engagement. You can go in there to see who in the U.S., Las Vegas, and where you're targeting, right? But we're not there yet. I think right now we're not there at the conversation where we need to go into when we're into our Facebook. There's another thing called the Facebook Business Manager. And just stay, if you're not, this is what I recommend. Do some research before you start jumping onto that. Do a little homework. That's a whole different conversation. And maybe we'll later. Maybe if you guys have more questions about Facebook Manager, maybe we can go and that's where you really start to break.
Do a special show on that. We're not going to do that on the live. We're actually going to invite and do something special for that, because that's going to be deep, and we want people that really want to understand that, and we'll do that separately. Is that cool with you, Ben?
Absolutely. We can do that. We can do that because there's so much information, and we would have to break that down. But we can give you little tidbits here and there, maybe how to create the Facebook Manager, how to get in there. But at first, right, when you're first starting off, you're gonna, and this is what happened to me, right? I already used all my cold market. I already used my, all my warm market. Cold. You're going back and forth. And you get to a point, right, where you go, is that going to be your business plan? Is that going to be your business strategy? Is always working?
Run out of people to talk to.
Some people love that. I don't get me wrong. I love that now because I love that. I love doing it now because there is a way of doing it. And that's why I create the Buy Sell Network group. That's why you're in this group right now. So you can go out there and post and have great engagement, have conversations versus all these other groups out there that are just spam and garbage groups. And there's really not information. There's no one like you, myself, Lauren, people that are coming into the group and we're meeting people. We're talking to people. And you're not going to find a group like this. And if you are, you're going to be paying money. You're going to be signing up for something that you're not, and we're not here like going, hey, buy this, buy my book or whatever. We're just out here trying to create value for people to help them out every single day.
Helps us as well. I was thinking, I didn't want to get too far away from this. You were talking about the groups with Erica and saying, hey, what kind of group would she go in? I had just a little bit of an idea. And Erica, if you're watching this, I'm going to tag you here. Just a little bit of an idea. You talked about a car group. You don't think maybe a car group would be good, but maybe if you step outside the box a little bit, and I'm thinking about a car. Somebody's got this beautiful Shelby, and they take this beautiful picture in this car group, and it gets tons of engagement, right? And you're scrolling through that, and you see that, and if you have the superhero artistry ability to recreate a photo with your flair, and you repost it and tag that person, that did the original photos to say, hey, I loved your car. I just was doodling one day. Here you go. I think that would blow up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, definitely. Like you know, and these are great. You can reuse your content in other people's posts and on your Facebook page and other groups. You can use that once you find and you're testing it out, right? You're testing it in the comments, you're testing it out in your post, in Facebook groups with your friends, and one post may be very different, but test it directly into that group. Don't stay away from the reposting. That we will all do that.
You did a great post on that the other day about reposting.
Yeah, and it's great. You can. And if you have to repost it, but try to stay away from it as much as you can and just repost in the group directly. And that'll give you a great sense. When we talk about analytics or analyzing the information, you're going to see, okay, from my Facebook page, directly from me, from my audience, my friends, they're sharing this content. Directly from this Facebook group, right? They're starting to know me. I had someone share my content. They liked, engaged. Great, I'm having a conversation with that one very differently. So I understand where that post is coming from. And that way you can start breaking away okay, that group's not working for me. I don't know who's in there. I don't know, you gotta stay away.
Not getting engagement back or the right engagement, whatever.
Yeah, so that's when we talk about, and these are just the ABCs of analytics, or again, going analyzing. And that's where you're gonna get your lead gen, we call it, or your leads, right? So now you know where if you're in it, if you got 200, and she said she got 200 shares, right, on a post, here's the thing. You want to know where those shares came from.
Right.
I would love to know the source. Like, hey, like, what group is that? Or who shared that? Start digging into those people. And sometimes profiles are blocked, but see what's going on. And then if you see someone that shares your post.
Connect with them.
What was that?
No, connect with them. Yes, I'm with you. No, when you see something,
I can't hear you. Sorry, buddy, your volume broke down.
We're jagged a little bit on the feed. My apologies, but I was agreeing with you. When you see something that's engaging with your post, you want to engage back with them. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, it's okay. So, for example, if I see someone that shares my post, I'm going to go right into their direct message and tell them a thank you. That's your lead right there. That is a customer. So you can go in there and say, hey, thanks for sharing my post. I really appreciate that. Hey, do you mind giving ask for the business page like? Hey, do you mind giving my business page a like? Very simple. Have that already set up. You can recopy that. That can be something that you can, but put their first name first. So like, hey, John, I appreciate your resharing my post. Hey, would you like to give my Facebook page a like and see more of my content? Okay, yeah, sure, no problem.
Right.
So you want to know who's sharing your post. You want to know who's liking it. You want to know who's commenting on it. And those are all leads. I use those as leads. If I see someone reshare my post, I'll go into their direct message and tell them, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, you mind giving my page a like? And just having a little conversation. And then, by the way, I have a Facebook group. It's called Buy Sell Network. It looks like you're an entrepreneur. You have a business. Would you like to join my group?
That's great engagement. Exactly. Those 200 shares are 200 people that Erica can reach directly out to, DM those people. They've already engaged with her at one point in sharing the content. So, hey, you like my content? Hey, like my page. Come connect with me. And that way she can start the selection process. Hey, are these people my people? Are they not my people? And then she can start developing that tribe and growing that audience.
Yeah. So, and then we always go back to lead gen, but then the follow-up, right? We talk about, so now you ask them for your maybe they ignored you, or maybe they said, okay, great. They comment, but they don't like your page, whatever. A couple weeks later, come back and follow up. Go into your direct messenger. Okay, we're going to have to start digging in more into Messenger, because Messenger's creating their own platform.
Yes.
And Messenger is a very, very powerful tool if you're not using it correctly. And those are, you got to go back. It's like you got to, eventually they're going to use it as a bit. I wouldn't doubt that Facebook uses it as it gives you reminders to follow up with people, just like a contact. They're going to give you that eventually.
They're evolving that platform. They're bringing everything on their telegrams on there. You're able to pay again. So many things on that. The marketplace is there. I'm really curious what the next few steps ahead are, just seeing where it is now.
don't forget about Messenger, because Messenger, those are where you're going to have your everyone's going to, I think if you're on Facebook, you have to be on Messenger. You're going to be on that. They're going to roll it out. And that's where you're going to be able to follow up all the time with people and have conversations. We use Messenger all the time, you and I, in our group conversations, FaceTimes with, I have a Facebook group chat with my family, yep. And it works beautifully where we all have a conversation, we're all having fun, and we're all talking. And that's where we talk. We're telling you, times are changing now, where you got to get good at having the conversation face to face, like Matt and I, and talking on the screen. And you got to practice this. So when you do get that customer, and you get that lead, hey, you have to ask for the conversation. Hey, can I give you? People already now is just calling me. They're not even through Messenger. How many calls do you get through Messenger? All the time.
I'm getting them a lot more frequently now.
Yeah, people are using Messenger. My mom uses Messenger, and she's horrible. I mean, excuse me, she's not a techie person, but she calls me all the time through Messenger, and I had to like update my because I used to have like the data plan.
Uh-huh.
I upgraded it because I had to get on. This is a while back ago, but I upgraded to unlimited.
Unlimited, yeah, everything's on here now.
She called me all the time. That was killing. It didn't really matter. But the point is that's going to be this is the new thing. This is the new normal, right? A lot of people are out there. One more last thing in the manual, and I'll go. But the thing is, want to be relevant to what's happening now, and I'm asking you guys. I'm telling you guys, people are at home. They're not working. I posted, and this is what we talk about in engagement posts. I posted this post. I won't make it political, but it got a lot of conversation. The reason being is because people are fighting for the fact that they want to go to work. And people want to go to work, make an income, and take care of their families. And I'm so passionate. I understand that. But the point is, there's the health factor, right?
Right.
So people are starting to think out of the box. Meaning, if you have a skill, if you have a talent, or if you don't know, people are going to want to create an income from home, right? And the last thing you want to do is go through that discouragement, that failure, that feeling that you're alone. And that's why Maddie and I are here, because we know how that feels. We know how that to fail so many times, to go, okay, great. And we've seen a lot of people quit or be discouraged. So again, guys, the lead, the customer, is very, very important. And that's the whole goal, is to have that conversation, the communication. And once you get to it,
to have that conversation. Yep.
Exactly. All right, Maddie, I'll leave it to you, my friend, because you have a lot to say too.
No, I think you covered a lot. We were just talking about, the lead generation aspect of these shared posts. And I think you nailed it right on the head. I mean, you have to get in there to the DMs. You have to have I'm sitting there with my thumbs all day connecting with people. I know it drives my wife nuts because she sees me down like this all day long, but I'm doing my best to time block and learn that part of it. But that's really where people are. They're in this little machine in your hand, and you just have to connect with them. You have to be interesting enough to create that post and make that post interesting enough for people to share it again and connect with you in some way, and then take advantage of that, capitalize on that connection, because you may not get it again. Something may have come across somebody's screen real quick, and they may be gone again, and you're not going to find them. So take a few minutes and connect with those people. Hey, saw you shared my post. Thanks very much. Comment on the post yourself. I try and do that every time I see a post. Hey, thanks so much for sharing. And I try and make a comment. Those things really go a long, long way. I think that's about it. I don't want to put any fluff in here. I want to honor everybody's time, so I'm not going to sit in here and try and fluff up an episode just to get some minutes. But I want to thank everybody for joining us and everybody that's supporting us. I know there's a lot of people that are watching us that are not commenting, but they're reaching out to us in those DMs saying, hey, Maddie, Ben, thank you for what you're doing. This has inspired me to do something different in my business, or even got me off the couch and decided, hey, this is what I need to do and start a business. That is the fuel that Ben and I need to keep this going. We really enjoy that feedback. So if you've gotten any positivity out of this broadcast at all, or any of our past ones, share it for us, please. Share it because maybe your friend is sitting at home saying, hey, I want to start that barbell business or that fitness business, but they don't know how. We would love to be able to connect, and we're trying to create that community feeling of support. All right. Again, Friday is going to be our open mic. Please join us. Connect with either Ben or myself through the DM if you have any questions. And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. sharp. All right?
All right, my friend. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the day, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Ben. Have a great one. And as always, slay the day, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.